Hello and welcome to the first podcast for Scriptorium. My name is Ernesto Rodriguez. I'll be your host today. So, in short, basically what we're going to be doing is talking about various writing topics and how they kind of relate to life, and vice versa. We are also going to be talking about some of the latest releases from Studio Maru, stories, artwork, all that kind of good stuff. So let's start. So the topic today is going to be writing. In particular, the nature of being a writer. So let me start out by saying, once you're a writer, always a writer. So it's kind of like once you find that first spark, it just continues to grow, and it changes over time as you change, but it just becomes this fire that keeps on going. It's part of you. It needs to continue to grow as you grow, and you constantly need challenges and environmental changes and stuff to kind of keep that energy going. Writers have a message. Each writer has a different message. Each writer is a little different, and everyone has something to bring to the table. And what ends up happening is, what your life usually ends up supporting your art as a writer. So everything you do has some sort of influence on what you create. You find yourself going towards better influences as writing becomes a sort of litmus test for how your spirit's doing, essentially. It's an expression of the soul on many levels, and it's a great way to essentially just do some sort of self-diagnosis. It's also really fun. The idea is just it's just to do as much as you can, and try to help as many people as you can, or entertain as many people as you can. Of course, like I said, every writer's different, so everybody has a different goal and a different agenda, and hopefully most of them are good. However, can be used for not so great purposes, such as extreme propaganda and whatnot. But for the most part, writers are more about enlightenment and just entertaining people, showing them different viewpoints. It's a great way to expand your consciousness. As a writer, I tend to like more esoterical, mystical things, or just things that are a little bit out of the ordinary, just because it's generally more fun to work with stuff like that. Nonfiction, however, is a whole different boat, so you have to kind of turn on the analytical mind and focus on things that are specific, and you have to have like the equivalent of geometric proofs for everything that you do, which makes it honestly more of a chore than actual joy. Fiction tends to appeal towards people that are a bit more playful. I'm not downing nonfiction. It'd be great. I mean, it's kind of more like I'd wish I could do it, but it's kind of not in the cards yet. I do have the analytical mind, but the attention span isn't quite there. Yeah, that's the other thing. There's an ADD that happens when you write, because you're constantly working on like multiple projects at once, just because staying on one thing would cause you to lose focus on something else. It's just comes with the territory. I mean, if I could just do one thing at any given point in time, it'd probably take away from the versatility of thought that I'm used to juggling with. So the nature, right? So we've covered the essential nature of a writer. The main thing is, the key element is going to be purpose. So a writer always has to have a purpose in mind, a goal, a bigger goal than themselves, something that essentially can never be solved. The perfect enigma. And those are the perfect goals, because they'll never be reached, but you can still keep a sense of optimism as you're running towards them. Generally, once you accomplish a goal, whatever it might be in whatever arena, the morale and everything associated with the drive to accomplish that goal just diminishes. So, it's always good to have little milestones within milestones. That's why the idea of perfection is so appealing, because we know we'll never reach it, but the idea of running towards it and doing everything we can to reach that is, well, it's pretty much awe-inspiring. Knowing that, and it can be disheartening, but at the same time, rationally knowing that we're gonna get as close to perfection as humanly possible, but irrationally thinking that we might eventually reach it. That's kind of nice little dichotomy that your brain can work with. It's a paradox, but at the same time it's a nice little dichotomy. So yeah, that's the basis for now. Let me know what you think. I'm open to discussion. Let me know about your experiences as a writer, if you're not a writer, or if you want to get into writing. Just let me know in the comments section what you think, and just kind of where you are on in your journey. And it is a journey with essentially no end, but it's a fun ride. Because if there was an end, then it wouldn't be very fun. You could skip to the end and ruin all the fun part in between. So,